everybody. Thank you very much for watching the show. It's our last segment to be joined by Buzz Ramsey and Mike West here in the studio. But you can meet Buzz Ramsey on your own this week, coming week, I should say, at the Pacific Northwest Sportsman Show, Friday, Saturday?
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday is when I'll be at the show.
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
And doing seminars.
But you're going to be there throughout the whole week, aren't you?
No.
Just those
Thursday,
3 days.
Friday, Saturday.
Good for you.
Yeah. The company wants a new catalog, and I'm working on it. So.
Very good, very good. We'll all be looking forward to the new catalog because I look forward to it every year when it comes out myself. But, okay, we talked a little bit about the 4.0 Maglip. Write it down. You're only going to be able to find them at the Sportsman Show for a short period of time, so just get over there, take advantage of that, and then take advantage of that buy two, get one free deal, which does apply to the new 4.0. But we got a couple of new things here. Guys, give me a shot with that Oregon Tackle Tech Cam. You're welcome, Doug. Hildebrandt, which is obviously a Yakima company,
Yakima Bait
has now come out with a Hoochie spinner and also a non-Hoochie?
Yes.
For fishing behind 360 flashers, okay?
Yep.
Now, there's no doubt that this has taken over as being one of, if not the most deadly way to catch fish on the Columbia below Bonneville and above and in between, believe it or not, the last couple of years. Hottest way to catch them, right? You guys just came out with a home run.
Yeah. So, as you know, the deal on the fishing spinners behind a rotating flasher is you don't want to use too big a one because it'll have so much drag resistance in the water that it won't pulsate.
Correct. It won't let the flasher spin.
Right. And so we've come out with a 3.5 Colorado in a Hildebrandt quality blade, which these blades, if people know the story on Hildebrandt, they are a premium blade. And the reason is because they're genuine gold, genuine copper, and of course nickel, but they are rack plated, which means when they go through the plating process, they're hung on a rack so they don't rub together. It gives you a brilliant mirror finish. Others blades, many other blades, most other blades are tumble plated. So they put them in a basket and it's rolling around and it goes through the plating washes. So they got little marks on them.
Yeah, little dimples that always show up on the back or the front.
They don't reflect as well. So we've got a Hildebrandt blade and a 3.5. It comes in a rigid hook model with a little piece of tubing and a squid version. Some people will say, well, I don't know about the squid. It's going to make a little drag, but this is a Yoshida squid, thin profile. It'll help keep that hook rigid and not interrupt the action.
I think it's a home run. Honestly, there's been a lot of people that have gotten into that game here recently for a good reason, and you guys just dialed it in. I mean, with the Hildebrandt blade right from the factory, I mean, that was actually my secret little setup, was using the Hildebrandt blade and twisting our own spinners. But it was just a matter of time before that's how it works out in this industry. You know that better than anybody. Great one right there, just right off the rack. Go buy it. You're good to go. Behind a 360 flasher, fall Chinook are going to be in a lot of trouble with this particular spinner. And springers as well, but we won't get into that yet. Also, another one that I really fell in love with this year, and I've already admitted in the beginning, I was like, we'll see what it's going to be useful for, right?
Right.
Well, this little free sliding spreader, which does not have to be free sliding, was a great one. You actually have it rigged up here as a slider for your inline Big Al's Fish Flash.
Yep. Yeah, the thing about the free sliding spreader, and like you mentioned, you can rig it fixed or free sliding. So in other words, it's got these ears on it, so it can be sliding on your line. So that's, of course, and you got your weight here. So if your weight gets tangled in the net and the fish runs, you won't break them off. Or if the fish makes a long, hard run, it's not necessarily dragging the weight along with them. So that's what the free sliding feature is about. Also, if you rig it with a fish flash, with a spinning flasher, because it's, this is a spreader. It's not to be confused with a rudder that you might use for lake trout or trout trolling. The long edge goes upstream, and because of that, when you pull it out of the water, you have at least 3.5 inches of spread.
Keeps it separated.
If you rigged it the other way, they would all collapse together. And but because it's slung low where your weight line comes off, you can rig your fish flash right behind the spreader, and that weight won't swing up and tangle with it.
It's brilliant.
And like you mentioned, if you have line twist issues, then you can rig it fixed. And I think you mentioned with the 360 flashers, you're putting a big snap on here and putting your weight right there.
Locked it right in. The line twist issue was gone, which was not really an issue the year before last because of the conditions, right? Last year the water was a little bit lower, it was a little bit warmer, we had more grass. You get more grass into the area, you're running the 360 flasher that's this big. It picks up some grass on that little swivel, and you start getting line twists in your tough line, right? Well, that eliminated it. I mean, instantly. It went from pulling my hair out to, oh, great, I'm back to fishing again. Great little system, and I didn't give it the credit that it really deserved when I first saw it, and by all means, it deserves the credit that it needs, because it's actually very, very effective. It's a good worker.
It is a spreader. It's a new concept in spreader design. Nice rounded edges, so if you happen to get a tangle, which hopefully you won't, but if you did, it won't mar your line.
Yeah, it won't cut you all up. All right, well, we're down to our last minute. Before we get done, I want to make sure that everybody is aware that there's a brand new title for your know-how reports. Right.
We've got about, more than a dozen now know-how titles. These are a roadmap to success for various fishing methods.
Sure.
This one is how to fish power bait for trout, which we have a lot of trout fishermen, I'm sure, in our audience, and trout season's coming.
Yep.
And but this talks about how to fish power bait effectively, and the fundamental key to success when fishing power bait is to use enough power bait combined with a small enough hook so your bait will float up off the bottom so cruising fish can quickly find it.
Sure.
And adding a corky to it assures that it's going to float.
Yeah.
You can use little less power bait. In fact, if you use just a little bit bigger ball of power bait than your corky, so where they float kind of side by side, we've got it on video. You'll catch 3 times as many fish as you will if the ball is big and the corky is small.
It's a great tip. I don't mean to cut you off, sir. I apologize.
It's okay.
But it's a great tip. All right? It's a good one that we've held tight to our chest for a long time. Mr. West, it was nice to meet you personally. Great having you here. Thank you very much. Hopefully it's not the last. I'd like to delve into some of your expertise.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll see you at the Sportsman Show.
Yep.
Everyone, tight line, shoot straight. Please be safe out there. We'll see you Saturday morning. We're going to have Bob Reese and Phil Perrone. Bye!